Hello and welcome back to the Marble Racing League. This is week 1, part 4. Today's matchup, we have the Texmen versus the Horseshoes, a division matchup there. That'll be interesting, and it's an important matchup for the future. And we have the Jagwires and the Finns in the other matchup. Let's get ready to roll. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here's our track for today. It's called Candy Machine. A nice, beautiful track here. We'll be starting up here at the top, going through multiple funnels, down through there, get boosted up, down through another couple funnels, up an elevator, down around, a few loops here, in a section, an interesting section here. You can go upside down underneath here, if you can see that. Back up through here, up through this elevator, and a couple different ways you can go here. Then down here, we'll be taken to these two funnels, to our checkered flag. Alright, let's get to the first heat. Alright, and here we are, ready for the first heat. We have Megalith, Doncon, Cosmo, True Fate, Siren Song, Bruiser, Warlocker, Phantom Fire, Captain, and Mischief all in the front row. Let's see if they can capitalize on these positionings here. Trying to get into that funnel first. I don't think the positioning matters a whole lot here, as these funnels will mix up the marbles quite a bit. So there is plenty of obstacles in all these funnels, really. Not to mention these funnels over here. Let's just take a quick look at it. Plenty of obstacles here to navigate. So we should see a good mix-up of marbles just passing each other. A lot of lead changes. As we see, double down as... Oh, they get pushed back by these arrows. These arrows can boost you any which way they're pointed, so... Unfortunate for them. Now, Raging Rex looks like they have an early lead here. Just boosted by an arrow. And... double down for the Jagwires is taking advantage, as they did not hit many arrows there. Now this division rival between the Texmen and Horseshoes, that's an important matchup. It is early in the season, but you want to win your division matchups. It does come in handy to have some division matchups when you, at the end of the season, when you get ready for the playoffs, you want to have a good division record. The overall record is important as well. It's just you want to win your division is the better way to get in the playoffs. Easier way, because then you're not relying on other teams having a bad record. As it is, the 4 divisions in each conference will make the winner of those will make it in the playoffs. And then it will be the 3 next teams that have the highest record there after that in the conference. So it looks like we had 2 marbles fell off. Texmen, it's Abominate and Bruiser fell off for the Horseshoes. That will be a DNF for both of them. As we have a couple marbles still straggling back here. We'll catch on them later. Let's catch up the leader here. It looks like it's Cosmo for the Horseshoes. Pretty big lead. So you have Doncon for the Texmen and Captain for the Finns. Coming down these turns here. Yeah, I'm not sure how these marbles fell off. Must have been up here somewhere. Or it could have been this tube. If you don't have a good boost off these arrows, you can somehow miss and fall through this crack here. Alright, we have a new leader. It's Captain for the Finns. Now, we'll see an interesting part of this track here. As we go upside down. Let's get a look here in Cosmo. Yeah, they are currently upside down. Nope. That's not a good view, is it? Let's get zoomed out here. Okay. Let's see if they can get a good entrance on the... Oh, they do. Let's get out of here. That's not a good angle. Okay, we have... Okay, those marbles were able to navigate that part of the course and make it into the big funnel. Okay, we have True Fate and Hyper Sky for the Finns back here. Ironclad, Cloud Diver, and Mischief. Now up here, these marbles will have to navigate these holes. You want to, I guess the goal here is to try to make it down into these holes. Drop down to the level below, just like Captain just did. And let's get in on Captain here. Watch his... Okay, now, what you want to do is fall down through these cracks and go down here. And let me get out of there and show you what I'm talking about. Follow that route he's taking, and then that's a quicker way to get to the checkered. But if you don't fall through the holes, you'll have to go down through here and go through this whole curly fry section, which will take a lot longer. As you can see, Cosmo decided to take the long way, and he will be on that for a while. As Double Down bypasses that and decides to hopefully take second. This Captain is nearing that funnel exit. Let's see if they can make it this time. It is a slow funnel, so it might take them a few more roundabouts. Looks like Magada's stuck. Yeah, it looks like they're stuck. Mischief was able to... Okay, we missed a finish. It's like Captain was able to pull out the victory. Made it down through there. As we see Double Down for the Jagwires. Oh, Phantom Fire for the Jagwires. Just... Oh, no. This will be a close team. Oh, Phantom Fire took the lead and took second. Wow. Close finish there. But they are teammates, so I don't think Double Down is too upset that Phantom Fire took that second place finish. So we have another Jaguar gonna be taking fourth. Boom, they do. And we have Grim for the Horseshoes. looking to take 5th. Top 5 finish will help him towards an all-star voting here. And boom, they got the 5th. And it looks like Ironclad is stuck as well for the Jagwires, so we'll see how that plays out towards the score here at the end. As Mischief was able to drop down and avoid that long curly fry section. As you can see, they've been on it for a while. As I showed you Cosmo earlier, I think it was Cosmo. That's, you know, been several marbles already finished since I showed you that. As Hypersky is about to fall. And what position will this be? That 6th? No, 7th. Okay, Siren Song took 6th. And we have 2 Horseshoes down here trying to navigate that funnel. I think this funnel here is a little bit quicker. The plane isn't as flat, I should say. But it still takes a while. Savant is taking their time getting to the funnel section here. There goes Mischief and Cosmo. I think Mischief has Cosmo here, though. In 9th and 10th. Now, at 9 and 10, there's not a big point differential there. 9th gets you 20 points and 10th gets you 18. So, not really a big deal there. Besides, they're on the same team. It's just points per heat. You want to have a good points per heat to get you into an all-star voting situation. As well as getting first place, top 3s and top 5s. That always helps as well. And we have Warlocker in 13th. And another Texmen, Savant in 14th. Okay, we have, looks like we're going to have 2, 3, and 4 stuck marbles, or DNFs. So that'll be 0 points for them. It's a Jagwire, a Finn, a Texmen, and a Horseshoe. So each team having a marble that did not finish, so that doesn't really change up the scoring too much. At least no other team has a big advantage from having the other team having a DNF anyway. As these funnels are slow. As those the last 2, I believe so. So let's just catch them finish here. Don Kong for the Texmen finishing 15th, and then looks like Raging Rex will be 16th. Let's get in there, Raging Rex. Come on. It's a nice little finish line area. You can see exactly who finished where at here. So you have 3 Jagwires all in the top 5. That's going to be a huge boost in their score for the first heat. And luckily for the Horseshoes and Texmen, they're not facing the Jagwires. Unfortunately for the Finns, they are. But let's move on to the next heat. All right, and after the first heat, Our scores are Horseshoes 80 over the Texmen 56. And we have a close one here between the Jagwires and Finns, 109 to 102, with Cap'n for the Finns in a first place finish. And the Jagwires having a second, third, and fourth, Phantom Fire, Double Down, and Tango. Good start for those marbles there. That's why it's a close matchup right there. 109, 102. You can't ask for much closer there. And then you got Grim for the Horseshoes was fifth, their top finisher. Second top finisher was Mischief in ninth. And then for the Texmen, you have Siren Song in sixth and Warlocker in 13th. But they're going to have to do better than that. 56 points is not going to do much for you if you want to win here. But it's within range because Horseshoes didn't have a great performance either with only 80 points. As we have a couple of Horseshoes looking like they're taking the early lead here. Bruiser and Mischief. Let's get a look in on Bruiser. And down into the funnel we go. Yep. Let's get a first person view here. Any marbles coming next? Cosmo is the next. And down the funnel we go already. Up to the elevator. I don't think anybody's close yet. As we can see, Bruiser's trying to make his way onto the elevator. Given plenty of time for another marble to catch up. Okay, we're finally on there. Anybody close? Abominate, Cloud Diver. His teammate able to get to the elevator next. So we have a couple of Texmen coming up. Their matchup of the day. Bruiser is going to have a huge lead in this heat. Now, it's going to be important for Bruiser to try to come up here and make his way down into one of these holes. As I showed you earlier, it's a much quicker route to the finish line down here. Because if you don't, you're going to have a long ride on this curly fry section. Bruiser's lead has kind of dwindled down a little bit as Abominate is getting stuck on that pinwheel. He's going to need help from Hyper Sky to get moving. And they do. As Bruiser's lead has jumped up once again. And able to make his way through the funnel, curly fry section. Excuse me, I almost said funnel cake. I don't know why. I guess I got food on the brain. Okay, who's coming next? Okay, we got a close matchup here with Abominate, Warlocker, and Cloud Diver. Let's get on a first-person view again. I guess under upside down section. It's a cool little section there. And onto the elevator. There you go. Oh, clean entry right on the elevator. Nice. Let's get on one of these guys back here. Follow their path a little bit. And let's get on Double Down. They're struggling that pinwheel. hitting those backward arrows aren't going to help you much. Magada, Siren Song, and Tango all kind of struggling there. Nope, and get boosted back by that arrow. It's going to be tough to get away from there. Let's catch up to our leaders here. So we have Megalith struggling once again with that backwards arrow. We might have to do something about that. Maybe weaken that arrow boostability for future races. Just so we don't have so many stuck marbles. Try to give them the best possible ability to finish a race at least. We have Bruiser. Is he going to fall through any of these holes? I don't think so. Nope. They're going to go the long way around. As Abominate misses all the holes, Warlocker was able to fall through the holes. They're going to be fast-tracking to the finish line, it looks like. Anybody else taking that route yet? I don't think so. Just Warlocker. As Mischief fell for the Horseshoes. Trying to keep that matchup close. As the Horseshoes do have the lead currently. But we have Abominate for the Texmen right here. And then Warlocker down on the last funnel trying to make his way towards the finish line. So we have Hyper Sky that fell off somewhere. Some way, somehow, somewhere, I don't know. As Warlocker just finished. Nice. That'll tighten up the race in that divisional matchup there. There's Megalith. Okay, they're not stuck, they're just slow. Okay. And then we have Grim for the Horseshoes making his way towards the funnel exit. And they finish. Before, let's see, anybody else? Okay, we have another Horseshoe Mischief that's getting ready to finish as well. That's just a teammate battle there, so score-wise it shouldn't matter. As we have another Texmen on the bottom route, fast-tracking his way towards the finish line. These guys will be on this curly fry section. Okay, Grim just finished. Second place finish for Grim. So 40 points will go to Warlocker and 37 to Grim. So it's only a 3-point difference there. And then we have Mischief, another Horseshoe, which will bring their score up and make the lead even bigger. Now let's see. We have a Horseshoe here. And then Abominate is not far behind, but another Horseshoe behind Abominate. We have Savant ready to finish now. And there's a 4th place finish, so that division rivalry there, it's heating up. We're gonna see a lot of Texmen and the Horseshoes near the front in the top 10, at least. As we finally have our first Finn getting ready to exit that curly fry section. I don't see any... Okay, there's our first Jaguar. 2 of them there. Raging Rex and Tango. Getting ready to finish off that curly fry section. Well, they're in the middle of it, I guess. And it looks like Megalith is in the back of the pack. last guy standing here. And we have, oh boy, we have 3 Jags stuck. Wow. After such a good start to their heat, well, heat 1, you have 3 Jaguars stuck that will get a DNF. Not good for them. They're going to have to hope the Finns don't do well here, which they won't have too many in the top 10 either. So, shouldn't see a huge lead there. As we see Bruiser just finished. Well, Don Con, then Bruiser. Man, it's going to be an interesting score update after this heat. See who's leading after this. Got a lot of Texmen and Horseshoes finished. We do have one Finn, True Fate, that finished. Doesn't sit well for the Jagwires, that's for sure. As well, we have Hyper Sky that didn't finish, so kind of helps out the Jaguars there. Okay, as we see Cosmo getting ready to finish. Another Horseshoe. Wow. Horseshoe and Texmen have really came out battling on this heat. Okay, let's get under this. Okay. And then 2 Jaguars ready to finish here. And another Texman and another Finn. And you got 2 more Finns up here, Cap'n and Megalith. And that should be it after Megalith, I do believe. Well, I think Megalith will finish before Cap'n. This Cap'n probably has another few seconds on that curly fry section. So we have Raging Rex and Magada that just finished. 11th and 12th as Siren Song just exited the funnel. And we'll take 13th. So Captain will be the last to finish if I do think how it's going to play out. As Tango drops. And there's Megalith. Okay. Come on, cameraman. Do better. There we go. Now, Phantom Fire, Double Down and Ironclad. They finished. Phantom Fire finished second last heat. Double Down finished 34th, or 34 points, but finished third. And Ironclad finished 18th with a, well, they didn't finish, it was a DNF. So no points again for Ironclad. Megalith just finished 15th. And we'll have Cap'n finishing 16th. And that should be it. Yeah, there's Hyper Sky, then 3 marbles there that did not finish. Alright, that's the end of this heat. Let's move on to the final heat. See who wins this. Alright, and after 2 heats, we have Horseshoes up over the Texmen 213 to 187. Both teams had a great heat there. The Horseshoes outscoring the Texmen by only 2 points, 133-131. And then you have the Finns and Jagwires. Finns up over the Jagwires, 159-135. Now for the Texmen, it was Warlocker that came out first, and Savant in 4th were their 2 highest scoring marbles there. And for the Horseshoes, it was Grim and Mischief with a 2nd and 3rd. That really helped out their team there. Should be a nice finish here for them, as long as they can hold on to their lead. I mean, it is within range. Texmen could come back here. They aren't that far behind. 213, 187. As we have Savant off to another good start. Came in 4th last heat. And Megalith for the Finns. Where did they finish last heat? And Megalith was 15th last heat. So they're going to try to improve this heat. If they don't get stuck on that arrow there, his teammate Captain was able to help him out there. As Phantom Fire helped out Captain. The team they're facing against, not sure why you do that, Phantom Fire. Alright, let's catch up to Megalith and see how they're doing. Able to enter this funnel here. Oh! Got down to the bottom level of the funnel real quick. See if they can enter that elevator. First try. As Captain and Tango just passed them. They all missed that first elevator. Captain was able to get on. Megalith is still struggling to get on. Finally does. Captain for the Finns had a first place finish in the first heat. But we have Savant for the Texmen out in front. Let's get on follow Savant for a minute. These pinwheels are certainly an obstacle these marbles really struggle with sometimes. Okay, let's get in first person view here. Really nice through these pinwheels here. Not really getting obstructed too much. That is the route you'd like to take as Tango just blazes by. Wow. Did not see Tango doing that. As Hyper Sky caught up to Savant. As Tango is zooming. Wow. Where did Tango finish last heat? Tango was 14th last heat. In the first heat, Tango was 4th. So, not a bad day there for Tango, as long as they can finish well here, as they are making their way onto the elevator right now. Wow. Captain is not that far behind with Megalith. Two Finns trying to keep it close here, as they're only up 159, 135, so it is still well within reach. Jagwires could catch the Finns here. But Tango, if they can get down to this bottom level of these platforms here, will really help their chances of winning this heat. As we have a couple marbles here. This part here, we see a few marbles get stuck. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. It is par for the course, though. There will be some stuck marbles every now and then. We know that, but I'd like to see the marbles finish. As we see Ironclad for the Jags stuck once again, as Ironclad did not finish the first heat. Did not finish the second heat, and more than likely it looks like they won't finish for the third heat either. Really letting his team down today. Wow. He's going to have to explain to his coach what happened on the racetrack today. The Savant did make it down to the lower level with Tango. Wow. Savant's trying to capture another top finish here, as they scored 4th last round. And Double Down was another one of those marbles that did not finish last heat, but it looks like they will. I don't think there's too many obstacles left that could get them stuck here. We shall see, though. As we see Captain and Megalith taking the long way around the curly fry section, as Hyper Sky will take this victory. Nice job, Hyper Sky. The Savant is taking a very long way around this funnel. It's gonna be hoping nobody is close enough to pass, as Magata is blazing down. See if they can enter a... Oh, Tango dropped as well. It's just they're doing the Tango on the funnel. Let's see how that goes. That pun was intended. Yeah, this curly fry section is definitely going to be an issue for those marbles. Not sure why they decided to do that. It's Cosmo took the lower level, and that'll be another horseshoe early finish. The Savant is really trying to get in there. Let's see who makes it first. Looks like Tango's just about in. Decides to go around once again. Wow. Okay. Savant finally drops. And will take second. Wow. And Tango will take third. So that's 40 points for the Texmen. That really helps their chances of beating the Horseshoes here, as long as we have another... Well, there's Mischief there, getting close to entering the funnel. Let's see if Warlocker can enter the funnel before... No. Mischief is on his way. But Warlocker is not far behind. As we see Cosmo take fourth. So that will be 31 points for the Jags. Or, sorry, 40 points for the Horseshoes. No, I'm sorry. 31. As Warlocker for the Texmen finishes 6th. And 6th will get you 26 points, so it's looking good for the Texmen. It kind of all comes down to Mischief if they can get in, but there's not really any Texmen near that could finish before, as Mischief does make their way down and finishes 7th. That's 2 Horseshoes that finish pretty well, but Texmen have Savant and Warlocker in 2nd and 6th. So not a whole lot of scoring differences there. Just a few points, but every point counts. It will all come down to these last marbles here, as we have 2 more Texmen that drop to the funnel. And another Texmen there ahead of Cloud Diver there. And then 2 more Horseshoes up here. They'll be finishing later. Well, we don't have any stuck marbles over here. That's a good thing to see. All our marbles are finishing other than Ironclad up there. Just can't get by those arrows. I do believe that's the only stuck marble. So you see Abominate and then Captain just finished. That'll be 8th and 9th, and then Siren Song for a top 10 finish. And Megalith will pass Raging Rex for 11th and 12th. So you see another Jag, and then another Texmen. I do believe they will be, I don't want to speak too early here, but I feel like the Texmen could have a chance of winning this against the Horseshoes. As the last 3 Horseshoes are here, and the very last marble that will finish is Phantom Fire for the Jags. Ironclad will not. Not a good showing for the Jags there. As last heat, they had a terrible heat, scoring only 26 points, because they had 3 marbles that did not finish. Very poor heat there for the Jagwires in the last heat. See True Fate getting ready to finish there. Now for the Finns and Jags, it does look like the Finns will win this, as they have Hyper Sky in first, Magada in 5th, Cap'n in 9th, Megalith in 11th. And there's Grim finishing. And then we're still waiting on Phantom Fire. Alright. But, yeah, for the Jags, they only have Tango in 3rd. And then next closest marble looks like Raging Rex. And then Double Down. They're in 12th and 13th. Huh. Alright, let's get on Phantom Fire and ride this one out. Well, Phantom Fire didn't have a terrible day. He did score come in second in the first heat. So gave himself plenty of points there, 37. And a top 3 and a top 5 finish there. Just wish he did better in the last 2 heats. And there we go. Boom. Alright, that's it for this heat. Let's tally up these scores and see who won this. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our match results after 3 heats. You have the Texmen 300, Horseshoes 288. Very close matchup there. Texmen able to pull it off there in the last heat, outscoring the Horseshoes 113-75. You have the Finns over the Jagwires, just outscored them in both of the last heats with 57-26 in the second heat and 110-64 in the third heat. Very good matchups there for the Finns and Texmen. Unfortunately, the Horseshoes and the Jags do fall 0-1 this week. Now, our top scorers of the day was Cap'n for the Finns with a victory there. Warlocker victory in the second heat, and Hyper Sky victory in the third heat. Now you had Warlocker. He also placed 13th in the first heat. Very good job there. But overall, the first heat for the Jags was their best heat of the day. Actually, it was the top scoring heat of the first heat, I should say. With Phantom Fire, Double Down, and Tango all second, third, and fourth place there. But their second heat, they just could not put it together, scoring only 26 points. With Ironclad, Double Down, and Phantom Fire all getting a DNF. Speaking of DNFs, Ironclad for the Jags getting a DNF all 3 heats, scoring 0 points for the day. First time this season. We'll see if that happens again, but I'm sure Ironclad does not want that to happen again. Alright, let's move on to our stats update. And here we are with our Marble Racing League points per heat update. For the Texmen, we have Warlocker with 26 points per heat, and Savant with 26. And Siren Song, nice 18.6. And for the Horseshoes, same division, we have Mischief 26 points per heat. Grim 23.3 and Cosmo 22.3. Very good stuff there. And you got your Jagwires, same division as well. You got Tango with 25 points per heat. Everybody else is kind of farther down. Ironclad with a measly 0.0. Not great. Not how you want to start off the season there, Ironclad. And for the Finns, you have Cap'n with 22.3, Hyper Sky with 21.3, True Fate with a nice 18.6. All right, let's move on to our top finishes of the week. And here's our first top 3s and top 5s update. For the Texmen, we have Warlocker with a top 3 and a top 5. Savant with a top 3 and a two top 5s. For the Horseshoes, we have Cosmo with a top 5. Grim with a top 3 and a two top 5s. Mischief with a top 3 and two top 5s. And for the Jagwires, you have Phantom Fire with a top 3 and a top 5. Tango with a top 3 and two top 5s. Double Down with a top 3 and a top 5. Very nice. And then you have the Finns. You have Cap'n with a win, a top 3 and a top 5. Hyper Sky with a win, a top 3 and a top 5. Very nice for the Finns, having 2 wins there in the first week there. And Magada and True Fate with the top 5. All right, let's move on to our standings update. All right, and here's our standings update. Now, for the Texmen, Jagwires, and Finns, all in the same division, the Texmen joined the Mitons as the only 2 teams in that division, 1-0. And the Horseshoes and Jagwires fall 0-1, full game back. And the Texmen and Horseshoes actually had a divisional game, so that's even better for the Texmen winning that divisional game. And then you have the Finns joining the Bison and Pats in that UMC East division, all with a win so far, other than the Jetters. And that's it for this week, everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Marble Racing League YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.